Hello, my name is Claire Norman. I am a professional certified coach with the International Coach Federation, also a coaching supervisor and a mentor coach for those going for accreditation. I'd like to talk to you today about vetting external coaches to meet your business needs. This presumes that you've already got a coaching strategy which is aligned with your business strategy, and this is one of the multiple facets of bringing that strategy to life. So why would you vet coaches? Of course, we all know that coaching costs money, and there are many people out in the marketplace who call themselves coaches. So we need to be really sure that they are coaching and not doing something else, and that they really do have the experience we'd expect to give our organisation a good return on investment. Coaches do employ a variety of tools and have varying approaches to the coaching relationship. So we won't be looking for a one-size-fits-all, but all coaches, whether they're internal or external, should be selected using clear criteria that ensure quality and ethical behaviour. So that's really what you're looking for, is quality and ethics. So the first thing that you might ask for in a request for information would be about their previous coaching experience. My suggestion is you look for coaches who have a minimum of 500 hours of coaching under their belt, particularly if you're looking for people to coach senior employees. If this coaching is for more junior employees, then perhaps an external coach with 100+ hours of coaching could be right for you. You'll want to make sure that the coaches have a coaching qualification of some kind from an ICF certified or equivalent coach-specific training company. So again, there are many people out there who call themselves coaches but do not have a qualification and or do not have a coaching accreditation, which is the other piece of the puzzle. So the difference between a qualification and an accreditation is the qualification comes from the training company themselves, whereas an accreditation is from a neutral awarding body. And so you know that your coach has been through a rigorous process with a body that has no vested interest in that coach being accredited. So fourth on the list is that they demonstrate their own personal development. So you want to know that this coach actually is willing to learn and grow themselves, that they're modeling the change process for the people that they're coaching. It's really no good if you've got somebody who's happy with their own status quo and isn't learning and growing as they're going along as well. You may ask for some case studies around something to do with the kinds of coaching that you're going to be asking them to do. So that will be very pertinent for your business. You'll ask for references. And for the purposes of virtual coaching, you'll want to know that they have got experience with virtual coaching. Now, if all of the coaching that you're expecting them to do will be face-to-face, then of course you don't need that additional piece. You may ask them what makes them unique in the marketplace. There are so many coaches that it's useful to understand what's their unique selling point. And you'll certainly want to know what range of coaching services they provide. So is it individual, is it team, is it group? Because you may want something different along the way. Now, you'll also want to be asking about ethics in this request for information. So are they committed to abide by a code of ethics? Do they receive supervision from a qualified coach supervisor? Do they have professional indemnity insurance? Do they have a data protection policy that adheres to the GDPR? And what is their usual report back mechanism for reporting back themes to the organisation? Now, of course, here we need to bear in mind that they will have a confidentiality agreement with their clients, the coachees themselves, but as an organisation, we'll also want to harvest the learning at a thematic level so that we can use that to make changes at a systemic level in the organisation where appropriate. So what you don't need, or what they don't need, is a theoretical degree in coaching or any other fancy degree for that matter. What they really need is practical application of coaching hours. So you really want to know that they've got coaching experience. They also don't need to have worked in your industry, because that can actually lead to them making assumptions. It can lead to a collusion, and they'll be looking at the system as though they are swimming in that same water. And of course, when we're swimming in the same water, we don't see stuff that we might see from the outside. And therefore, we don't challenge the status quo. We don't help them to disrupt the status quo. So that's what they don't need to have. You may also want to actually observe them coaching. And for this, you'll want to have a coach with you who knows what they're looking for. So get them to do a live observed coaching session with an employee, and what you're looking out for are demonstration of the ICF core competencies or equivalent core competencies, an ability to be credible and authentic, and an understanding and appreciation of the context, culture and mindset of the individual. So that also can be very useful as part of your vetting process. Now, there are certain things that if you're a big organisation, your procurement function might also want the coach to tell you about their health and safety policy, their business continuity plan, their environmental policy, their diversity policy, their adherence to the Modern Slavery Act, and your company's code of ethics and or policies under financial health check. Some or all of those might be required by your procurement department. Now, for much smaller coaching organisations or for solopreneurs, some of those will be more difficult to provide than others. But bear that in mind when you're asking them to provide all of those kinds of policies. So we've talked all about what you need to ask them in the request for information and to observe them. But remember that this is part of one much bigger strategy. So that strategy will align to your business strategy. And then there are all of these other pieces of the puzzle which need to be put in place in order to make for a very successful coaching program. I won't go into these right now, but simply wanted to show you the depth and breadth of what you need to consider when figuring out a coaching program in your organisation. So thank you for today. I hope that has been useful to you. If you need help with vetting a pool of coaches to serve your business needs, then please do get in contact. Or if you need any other support around building a coaching culture, then please feel free to reach out to me. Thank you.